Going to finish up now. The Seattle Sounders are hosting Minnesota United. Seattle is 10-6-1 at home. Only losing to Minnesota 3-2 on June 1st. There's a little bit of parity for you. Home odds, -165 if you like the Seattle Sounders, +410 for Minnesota United. Over under 2.5 goals, -172 for the over, +134 for the under. I have an official play in this match, and that is our only official play. Scott, why don't you talk us through how you would approach this?
I would approach this with a great deal of caution. I've really struggled to get a bearing on Minnesota this season. Sometimes they are fantastic. They were a wonderful first half team for huge chunks of the season. And then sometimes they are just dreadful, and you just really don't understand that how those guys are professional players. And you're like, are they the evil twins who never saw this ball, in their life? Seattle has been a team that we expected to do traditional Seattle things. I really expected them to get hot, and they didn't get as hot as you thought they would do. They've underperformed in some ways, and this last game, 0-0, going to penalties. Minnesota wins that 3-2 on penalties. Oof, brutal. This is going to be in Seattle. I would lean Seattle, but probably not a lot of goals. I think that's how I would see it.
Yeah, I see that exactly the same way. Edgar's saying, funny, these two teams are facing each other. They didn't want to play each other, and they got each other. I agree. I looked a little deeper into what was going on here, and look, the XG for last game wasn't bad, right? They're keeping it low scoring as of late. Seattle's last game as Minnesota was a 0-0 draw in Minnesota. And while the XG was high, I don't think the failure to score was a fluke. I think they're just not surgical right now. I was actually shocked to see Danny Musovski's like almost even with goals minus expected goals. I thought it was going to be way lower. I just don't see he's good. He's a volume guy. Does he have that flash that makes me like, oh yeah, I want him on my team? No, I don't see him as being one of those players. Again, his stats do not back that opinion up. Maybe it's just when I turn on the TV, he's hitting bombs.
Danny Musovski is an XG darling, right? He basically scores the goals he should score most of the time. And then for the odd one that he misses, he scores the odd one that he shouldn't score. And so it just sort of evens out for him. But he's not he's a good forward, but he's not like that guy that is going to overperform his XG all the time, that is actually going to carry you places. And that is the tough thing when he is a guy that is carrying huge minutes for you.
Yeah, I agree there. Seattle, they're on to, plan D at this point for their offense. They've scored 2 goals just twice in their last 7 matches. As for Minnesota, they're either beating teams by 3 goals or blank, nothing. It's just so hot or cold. I have one official play. It's going to be the under on 2.5 goals +134. There were quite a few games in the first week that went under 2.5, and we have huge plus money plays still. Again, I think these teams are going to come out and not try to beat the other opponent in the first 5 minutes. I think they're going to try to keep the mistakes to a minimum, and I think that's going to be a kind of a boring, cagey game. That might favor Minnesota. Who knows? I can't bet on the outcome of this match, but I do think we're going to see a lower score total on this one.